Okay, so you are a planner and you are planning your next event. You are planning a birthday party and you want to figure out how can I best find different vendors for my event. Let's go ahead and start. So right away I created an account and I'm a planner and I'm going to go ahead and click start planning your event. When I do this, as you can see, there's an event name over here. By default, I'm just going to call this my birthday party because that's what it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and select birthday. The only thing that's really required here is a duration, like an event date, basically, when you have tentative, when you're planning it out, and a guest count. And the reason we have this is so that we can filter out and give you something that actually matters to you, something that filters out based on accommodation, like catering or venues, right? For what capacity can fit your event. Same thing with event date. These other options are cool too. You can use them, like location and then a budget range. And you could definitely do those if you have a certain budget or something in mind. It'll filter out different vendors based on that. But let's go ahead and select a date. So my birthday is actually on February the 11th. And I'm going to go ahead and select that there's going to be probably 55 guests there. So I can be specific as well if I want to. So let's go ahead and say 55. And what kind of categories do I need? So right now by default there's venue and food. Let me go ahead and click on categories and say I don't need a venue right now. Food is something for sure I need. I do need a photographer for this event because you only turn 25 once. So let's go ahead and click done and click next. And as you can see, there's food and capture. Food is anything relating to desserts, food stands, caterers, food trucks, drinks, anything really of that category, desserts. So I like this Murray's option. I like their reviews. I've heard a little bit about them. Let me click on their profile. And as you can see a few different things about them, like reviews they've had for Murray's. You can also see their vendor details and availability and prep packages and pricing. I already know that this vendor is tentatively pretty much available this weekend. I have a pretty good idea because the search results have already filtered that out based on my date. So certainly no one else has booked them for the time that, or for the day that I'm looking for in general, at least. And so what I want to do is let's see what options they have. So they have a beef platter, steak platter, and chicken platter. And you can see some package details like for 5 hours. There's a setup time, breakdown time. Looks like they're going to be coming there. And so I'm going to select probably the steak platter because that sounds really good. Huge price discrepancy. That's none of my business. That's something I do like steak, so I'm willing to pay premium for that. And cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and click next. I do need a photographer, and so I've heard about timeless frames a lot on Google, and other friends have told me about it. If there's reviews for them, it looks like they're new to the platform, but no worries. I have heard about them, and I'm going to go ahead and use them, check them out, and peruse. And let's see, they have basic, standard, and premium photography packages. The basic package looks like it's for 6 hours. They only have a setup time 30 minutes. I like what I'm seeing here, 100 photos included. This sounds perfect for me. I'm going to go ahead and choose this guy. And let's go ahead and go to review. So as you can see, these are all my little event details that I've chosen for my event. And here are the 2 bookings that I have for Murray's and the photographer. And the total cost is $1,400. I'm definitely good with that. Let's go ahead and reach out to them and see what we can do. Click start. And so right away at this point, the vendor gets an email, they get a notification, you get an email letting you know that you've started the booking process a little bit. Nothing, you haven't paid, nothing's locked down. It's just now you can peruse, you can communicate with them and get an idea of what's going on. You can click on view booking details or go to your dashboard to see the different events you have. As you can see, I previously planned a wedding apparently yesterday, so that was crazy. And what I'm going to be doing is now just looking at the details of my event, my birthday. So it's 407 days left, so I did this way early in advance, but I'm a planner. And so it looks like I planned it for 2027, but I can go ahead and edit this later on. So as you can see, these are my 2 vendors I can see here. I can see the description, details, how much total it was. And if I want to communicate or chat with them, we do have chat built in. So you can go to, let's say, Timeless Frames, and I want to find out a little bit more about the photography options, the basic package, and talk with them. So I can click chat right here, and it opens up chat. You can do it full screen if you want to. So it already puts out a message just to give them little background details. They also have this thing right here where they can see all the details of your event. So if they're talking to you, they have that frame of reference in mind right there. And they also have the ability to edit their packages as well if they need to, if you're negotiating or anything like that. So yeah, I've already put this message out there. I probably don't need to put anything else, but I do have another question. So let me go ask them. Do you do any photography, any macro photography for events? I'd love to see more of a portfolio for that. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and send that out, and yeah, let's see and let's hear back what they say. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm logged in as Tom Ridolo, and again, Murray's has requested a payment for me. They like my booking, and I already talked to them a little bit on my messages right here. And I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pay them. They did request a payment for me. I saw it in an email, and I see a notification here that they requested it. So I can double click on that. And as you can see, as far as my events, I have a little notification tab here. It shows me that there's something pending for my event. One of the bookings or one or more of them have something available for you to do, an action. And so as you can see, there's a payment request right here for Murray's. Timeless Frames hasn't gone back to me. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do and click Pay Now. And in this way, I can go ahead and check out. And once I check out, I am confirmed. They'll get a confirmation, I'll get a confirmation, and we're on the books with each other, and we can continue to communicate through chat as needed. If I have multiple vendors, I can talk to them all in one place. For example, for my event, Tom Ridolo's birthday, I have a few different vendors. I have Timeless Frames and Murray's. I want them to coordinate with each other. I want them to know the big plan and picture. I can create a group chat with all of them, or any or all, and talk to them right here and let them know what's going on. All right, I'm paying Murray's. We don't really need to say this. They probably already know with the notification email, but I'm just giving a heads up anyway. And now they both have that message, and that's pretty exciting.